And just when you thought you could get rid of us permanently, like that bad ant bed infestation in the backyard that comes back every summer. Hey guys, what's happening? We're back.
Well,
Did you miss us?
Who's trying to get rid of us?
You just made a working ants reference like any of us actually do any literal work.
Well, I mean, we know Nora doesn't. But, so yeah, we had a week off for the holiday, and now we're back. And I don't want to say better than ever because, well, I mean, that would imply we were good to begin with.
I'm sorry, Eric Bischoff is not here.
Wow. I knew Dark would get the reference. I didn't think you would.
He's a wrestling fan also. I
know, but that's a bit of a reach for that one.
What are you talking? That's like my era, bro.
Anyhow, so we've got our normal cast of characters. I am your host TGE, and well, we've got Bad Blood, Crimson Avex. I knew you were trouble, Dark Falls. We've got Delicate, OPT Lawyer. And Norestra, look what you made me do.
Okay, so these are clearly all song titles of somebody I don't really care about. So
TG is Taylor Swift tonight.
Those are Taylor Swift song titles tonight. And I don't really like Taylor Swift, but the song titles were too perfect. So, how's everybody
doing? That's a permanent Nora walk.
Well, I mean... I don't know. So anyway, as I said, how y'all doing tonight?
Doing all right.
Pretty well.
I am so much better now.
Wow.
Because with our certain narrator.
Yeah, for those who are out of the know, Krim came up and visited me for the weekend, so he's just throwing a little shade my way. So, we're here, we're back. Last time, y'all went and reforged a sword. And a soul.
And I got my amulet back.
That was kind of part of reforging the soul.
Oh.
But yes, of all the things, you get the shiny new most powerful sword in the world, you're back to whole. No. The thing that Anton is most happy about is he can finally accessorize again.
I mean, I would be too. Otherwise, you just want to be bland and, you don't stand out at all.
He still doesn't
sword
match.
Did not match my eye.
Yep, we have our priorities straight here at the Bay City Chronicles. We could care less about saving the world. Because we're going to look pretty while doing it first. Have to be fashionable for those newspaper close-ups.
Absolutely. I mean...
I'm sorry, there's no Anton looking pretty.
I feel pretty, oh so pretty.
Oh, I'll just sit up on his shoulders.
Look good.
I'll just sit up on his shoulders. No one can resist a cute otter.
But he's still a rock in that case with an otter sitting on him.
Well, yeah, but it'll look cute. Because I'll be sitting on his shoulders. That'll be great. It'll be like the best thing ever.
You just want to sit on his shoulders so you don't have to walk.
If I remember correctly...
Yeah, but...
Lutra isn't really looking pretty right now because his fur's all matted because of all the steam in the volcano.
That is true.
A little toasty.
No, didn't we do the thing to make him not... I don't know.
No, you made him not vulnerable to the elements.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
But yes. As we mentioned, you guys got the hint, headed over to Mount Etna, and you went ahead and reforged the Sword Excalibur. You purged it in the fires of Mount Etna. And in the process managed to confront Anton's other half, and through the use of the Medallion of Freedom, used polymerization and fused Anton and Anton into Anton.
It's super effective.
And now we're just crossing games.
I was gonna ask if we could just remove them from play rather than discarding them, but
I mean, we can definitely do that. I mean, all I have to do is... If only we were so lucky.
I mean, I can even turn his camera off and everything. It's great.
Yeah,
I
but
can turn my own
unfortunately we
camera
still
off.
have to... Yeah, he can do that too. But so there's the down and dirty summary. With that, welcome everybody to the Book of Fate, Chapter 6, Memories, Eroded Through Time. So, as far as I recall, y'all are flying on the plane somewhere. I don't think the destination was actually figured out. I just know we flying.
vroom vroom.
Yeah, I don't think Phantasm told me where we're going.
I don't think Phantasm knows where he's going.
Come fly with me, come fly away.
As
At
you
this
start
point,
singing
Malkir
that...
takes a rolled up newspaper and whacks Lucha.
Ah! Hey!
You sure that wasn't the Sudoku?
No, after that was a while ago.
As he did that, Phantasm hits the radio button, and I'm leaving on a jet plane starts flying.
What's funny is I was going to have the AI play that. Don't know if I'll be back again, leaving
On a jet plane.
Malkir does what Malkir does, and just sits back and grumbles.
And then as soon as Lucha starts singing, Phantasm smirks and changes the song to Danger Zone.
Highway to the danger zone. And then the AI decides to change it to sail away from sticks.
I'm not on a boat.
I'm sailing away.
Y'all wanted the musical episode. Here it is.
Oh, this isn't even close.
Oh, trust me. I have. If we want to do the musical episode, I can. I have plans for the musical episode.
It better start with Lucha cooking, because I already wrote a song for that.
What does that tell you when you've written a song for Lucha cooking?
Just saying.
If you want me to sing, you have to pay me a heck of a lot more to do this, and you don't pay me anything, so...
You know what? What TGE pays you? I'll triple it.
Trust me, no one wants to hear me sing. It'll be a bad day.
You just
I
talk.
mean-
Sing.
I mean,
But-
to be fair, I've gone to a karaoke bar where somebody tried to karaoke Enter Sandman. You don't karaoke Enter Sandman. I'm sorry, you don't.
Sorry, if I start singing, I'm gonna need OPT to come defend me from murder.
Also, as the radio shenanigans are going on, Phantasm, you get this sort of tingly, itchy feeling in your back of your head, like someone's trying to access something and they can't. Almost like they're trying to find like a file on a computer that doesn't exist.
I just sort of smack myself in the back of the head, like thinking it's something external. And I rub my head looking for Lucha's hair.
And what you'll hear is Lucha going, "You'll never say hello to you until you get it on the red line overload."
Yeah, but you're the only one in the cabin right now. The AI is having too much fun switching up the songs for Lutra.
Which,
Yeah, but, Lucha may have been shedding.
hey, it's not that time of the year for me.
But, no, I just ignore it, and I don't really think anything of it initially.
It's kind of like sitting there residually, like almost like a very mild back of your head migraine, which is extremely weird. But That's sort of the best way to describe it. It's
They
not
exist.
like
They exist.
I know they exist. I know they exist. But that's kind of like what it is. It's just sort of there. Like it's just there. Almost like, you know how sometimes when you can just feel your pulse, like either in your hand or like somewhere that it's not your heart, you just sort of like feel your pulse. It's sort of kind of like that, like a gentle, almost throbbing.
And after you're done with that, because of the AI, all you hear is Lucha going, so we sailed to the sun till we found the sea of green.
Phantasm sort of just like moves his head back and forth, like trying to crack his neck and just get the pain to go away, and it doesn't. So he reaches up to the dash and hits a button, and all of a sudden you hear a paging Lutra. To the cockpit, please. Paging Lutra.
Okay. The children are confused, but he goes towards the cockpit.
But wait, that's not the normal AI voice.
Exactly.
It's a separate thing.
Why did he even install that?
He's that good.
Right. Whatever. Here. He knocks on the door.
It's been installed. I've just never used it.
Oh, fair enough. What if he's got one for
I
everyone?
just figured that was easier than trying to yell over his singing.
Lucha peeks his head in the cockpit. Hey, what's up?
Can you come sit in here with the autopilot?
Okay, sure.
Just make sure none of the weird lights start flashing, and we're okay.
Sure.
You can go back to your singing.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Awesome. Cool. Thanks. Yeah, I'll make sure we're falling in a horrible tailspin light doesn't come on. Do we have a light for that?
We have a light for everything.
Awesome. All right, cool. Just making sure.
Just make sure the red light doesn't come on.
Okay.
If that one comes on, that's bad.
Okay, what do I do if it does?
Panic.
Scream.
Okay. I can do that one really well.
And Phantasm just massages the back of his neck and is kind of a little bit staggering out of the cockpit and smacks his elbow right off the door.
Ooh. Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, fine. And sort of just walks back to the darkest part of the war room to sort of just sit there and hope that the lack of light helps with the pain.
Roll a will save.
So as he's doing that, because he accidentally left the PA on, what everybody hears now is Lucha starting, "Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done."
Now, here, if you don't go up there and shut it off, I'm going to.
Hold on here, guys. Why is nobody asking the more important question? When did he have time to learn Kansas?
He's been out for 3 years before you guys met him.
The AI doesn't know this.
Oh, fair. Oh, the AI was asking. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so as our little musical interlude is going on, Phantasm, you're sort of just sitting there in the dark of the war room, and the more you sort of try and not focus on this throbbing, the more it becomes sort of all enveloping, and you sort of close your eyes and you're sort of like doing that sort of blinking thing, like trying to focus, and after like a couple of times sort of like doing that sort of close your eyes, this type of deal, you open your eyes back up and you're not in the plane anymore.
Okay, important question. Because being a migraine sufferer myself, and knowing how Phantasm would react. When I close my eyes, do I see anything other than pitch black?
Having never suffered a migraine, I can't give you that answer. So I'm going to say, have at it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to assume that all Phantasm sees is pitch black, in which case he would know that this is not a normal migraine.
Okay.
Because normally with migraines, when you close your eyes generate a sensation of light.
Okay, so there you go.
Today I learned.
Today I learned exactly. So you sort of wake up, and you're sitting. This is just sort of the outside of it, but you're on the inside of what appears to be a cave of some sort. And the throbbing in your head is completely gone now, by the way. But standing across from you is, well, anyone who's ever done any sort of history, anything, would recognize the white-haired, robed man in front of him.
So Luke Skywalker.
No. It is not Luke Skywalker. It would be Merlin.
Oh,
Why do you have to say that? Because
Why?
Phantasm's reaction would have looked at him and been like, Merlin's beard.
I get that a lot. It is a fantastic beard. No. But that's the only scene you guys are going to get here from the general public. So, airplane.
it's Hamtaro time.
Also, because the AI is horrible, it starts playing Lamb Chop. This is the song that doesn't end.
Anton at this point walks up to the front of the plane and just is looking for something to smash.
Oh, be careful.
Make it stop, Lutra.
What? What are you talking about?
The music.
What about it?
Yeah. Press the beige button. Press the beige button.
Lucha presses the beige button.
You hear the boop. The A is off.
Oh, did you guys? You all hear?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Lucha looks somewhat
fine.
embarrassed.
It wasn't horrible.
Oh,
At least it wasn't not cursing.
right. Of course, that'd be. Lucha just puts on some classical piano music.
So, where did Phantasm go, and where are we flying?
No, he's in the war room. You guys just see him sitting in the corner of the war room.
Oh, well, we're in the cockpit. Not the
Yeah, well, you walk by the war room and you just see him sitting in
okay.
the corner there.
So what's with Phantasm? He's just sitting there. He called you up here.
I don't know. He asked me to sit here and watch, and make sure the big red light didn't come on. It's not on yet. See?
And what did he tell you to do if the big red light came on?
Oh, if it did, he told me to panic, and I'm really good at that one. So
That's reassuring.
It may sound like if that was coming on, then we probably didn't have much of a chance anyway. So yeah. Really hoping it doesn't turn on.
Me too.
Just as this happens, the light above the red light turns on.
Oh, no. Shoot.
It's the bathroom indicator.
Right. Why is there a bathroom indicator on the cockpit? Whatever.
Because there's one bathroom in the whole plane, and if the pilot needs to...
Don't ask silly questions.
I guess not. Why is there only one bathroom on the entire plane? What, look, Casey's too cheap to spring for the 2-bathroom plane?
Do you know the amount of specifications that a certain somebody had with this plane? There was only room for one bathroom.
Fair
If you
enough.
have any more questions, talk to him. Now, if you'll excuse me, I get to go continue navigating the plane.
Yes. Where are we navigating to, anyway?
Home-ish.
Okay, cool. I like home-ish.
Well, not really home. Back to New Orleans.
Right. Oh, right.
This AI
Okay.
is a bit touchy.
At least he's got personality.
You're arguing over a restroom.
I wasn't arguing.
No,
I
that was
just
him.
asking.
He was asking.
Just
I'm
asking questions.
sitting here.
They warned me about the questions.
Oh, but I do have some.
And you hear what sounds like a facepalm from the AI speaker.
So Lucha like floods the AI with questions of like, oh, what's this do? Oh, what's this do? What if I hit this? What happens if this happens?
As you hit that button, I'm gonna...
I don't hit anything. I just Lucha just looked up.
Okay.
Very close to hitting buttons, but just asking.
No,
questions.
he's just pointing at each button like, oh, what's this one do? Oh, what's this switch do? Oh, what's that do? What's that do?
Give me a number on a D20.
13.
Okay, you're good. You didn't hit the 5% chance of, what does this button do? And the plane hits turbulent finger.
I want to learn all about the plane, so someday I might actually have to fly it or something.
You get the bare bones minimum answer that the AI was willing to give you.
Just as all this is going on, Lucha notices that the red light starts flashing.
Ah! Guys, the red light's flashing. I don't know what to do. He told me what to do.
Well, you're panicking. You're doing the right thing.
Right, he did say that. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? Ah!
Lucha, roll a perception check.
Oh shoot, hold on. Just a second. Oh wow, I rolled a 2.
Well, that's okay because you still notice. You'll notice looking down at the gauges that every time that we've gone like careening into the ocean and everything else, the elevation dropped quickly. You realize that the elevation is rising quickly.
Guys, why are we going up? Lucha looks outside the window.
We're above all the clouds.
Guys, we're going up really, really, really high.
And I can't confirm. Why is this not working? You see the plane, like the autopilot, do what it's supposed to do to try and correct for height. It's just not working.
Okay. Computer AI, you're telling me you're not in control of the plane right now?
No, I'm in control of the plane. Something else is moving us up.
Also, Lutra, you'll notice that the thrusters aren't on at all.
Like, I've cut power to try and correct this. It's not working.
Hold on a second. Okay, I'm gonna say he understands what that means. Okay. So, what? So is something pulling us upwards?
Anton, make an insight check.
Hey,
Well, you have an idea that there's definitely someone or something on board that could potentially do this. And the last you saw, he was sitting in a corner in the war room.
all right, I'll be right back. Let me go check the war.
Check the word. Okay.
So Anton walks into the war room.
Perception. You'll notice one thing in the darkened war room. 2 green spherical objects.
At about this level.
God, he's gone Star Child on us.
Phantasm?
Starman Jr.
You don't get a response.
Okay, what's with the green orbs? Let's go touch one.
Excuse me while your GM dies.
When you go to poke Phantasm in the eye, your fingers can't get close enough.
What is going on here? Phantasm's here. His eyes are glowing green, and we're not flying properly.
You're flying properly, it's just in a trajectory like that.
No, we're flying properly. We're just going up, apparently.
Hey, Lucha.
What's that?
You know, we all can teleport. If this goes down, what are you going to be doing? Yeah, parachute?
I figured I'd hop on one of your guys' backs.
Malkir kind of just smirks at him.
So how do you want to go? Actually, we're in the air, so mine's much less effective. Fire sounds good, though.
I think fire sounds great, actually.
As Anton's kind of gone back in and started grabbing a parachute.
Can we even parachute from this high up? It feels like that's a problem. Like the last time we jumped out of a plane, it wasn't above the clouds.
I mean, we all go back to Earth eventually, depending on, assuming this is Earth.
Space jump it.
Anton's back in the cockpit. Is there any... What's the altitude?
High.
Like high as a kite? High as...
Yeah, at some point the plane would stop operating properly.
The plane is off. Like, nothing in the
we're
plane
not
is
operating.
working.
Oh, fair.
So Phantasm eyes green in there. Yeah, after that I don't really know what's going on.
What?
Yeah, his
We're
eyes
about
are like glowing green. I tried to
1,000
poke him.
feet,
Literally,
which is about 15,000 feet higher than normal.
literally leaves the cockpit and goes running into the war room. Like, Fat! What's the... Oh. Assuming he sees the same green eye thing.
Yep.
Okay, he's not normally like that. I know that much. What's going on now? Is this like another personality part of him that we have to worry about? Lucha tries to walk over to Phantasm.
Phantasm's like unresponsive. Like he's not really attempting to keep Lutra away or anything like that.
Right. Just kind of like pokes him. Like gives a little shit. Phantasm?
Phant sort of looks down, doesn't move his mouth, but Lutra can hear, I want to say someone, because it doesn't sound like Phantasm, say, "Hello, Lutra."
Oh, hello. Wait, what?
Is everything okay?
No, everything's actually not okay. That's kind of normal for us, I get that, but still.
Well, what's wrong?
Well, we're in an airplane, we're going up really, 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 really high. I think higher than most airplanes are supposed to go, and, the airplane's actually not on anymore, which actually makes me really worried for when we stop going up, now that I think about it.
Phantasm tells me that the autopilot should kick back in immediately after this stops. I'm sorry, the magical field over here seems to be extending into your realm. I will return Phantasm to you.
Oh, okay, great. Hey, what? I just have one question. What are you talking about? Who is this?
And with that, Phantasm's eyes come back to regular color. And he's like, "Oh, hi, Lutra."
Hi, Phantasm. Well, let me think. We're really, really, really high in the air right now. Above all the clouds, it's actually kind of pretty if it wasn't so terrifying.
In the cockpit, you both hear, "Autopilot, re-engaged."
Oh, thank goodness.
You don't hear it. It's in the cockpit.
Oh, I thought you said... That's my bad.
Nope.
Anton at this point hits the button. Autopilot's back on.
Oh, cool. Okay. So... Right. So the red light flashed, so I started panicking, like you said to, and then, so your eyes were all green and glowing and whatnot, and then I heard somebody else talking. It wasn't you, through you or something. I'm not sure. What's going on? Hi, by the way. Welcome back.
Yeah, so we have a piece.
A piece?
Yeah, just a piece.
Of
We
what?
need more.
Piece of what?
Piece of the puzzle.
Oh, we're doing puzzles now?
Yeah.
Don't let Dark touch it.
What kind of puzzle is it? I like those ones that have all the 100 pieces. 1,000 is way too much for me. I can't focus that long on that. But 100 is pretty easy.
This one doesn't have nearly as many pieces.
Oh,
And
good.
we already have one of them.
Okay.
Anton,
Yeah.
bring the sword.
All right. What do you want with it?
Phantasm gives it a look over. This is the key piece, but it's not enough.
Oh, what else do we need?
That's the thing. He doesn't remember. Right.
Lucha looks confused. But Merlin? What? Where was Merlin? Who is Merlin?
Merlin's the one who was talking to you.
Oh! From where? Is he like a fourth personality for you? Is that what we're going to hear now?
No.
Oh, okay.
Merlin's memories exist in my medallion.
Oh! Okay.
He was talking to you through the medallion.
I see.
Much as
But
Anton, or as much as King Arthur resides in the sword.
Of course, right.
As he says that, the sword kind of does that sort of gleam thing.
Apparently, though, whenever I meet him, my magic powers go through the roof. Thus, the accelerated altitude climb.
Yeah, that was the thing. So you've got the memories of Merlin, And Anton's got the memories or spirit or whatever of King Arthur. With all due respect. Okay. Lucha pads over to Milk here.
Before you ask, Lucha, I have no idea.
No, I wasn't going to ask anything. I was just going to remind you, as I've said once before, you're the only one who hasn't been possessed by something. We would really like to keep it that way. Or at least I would.
He's been possessed by bad Sudoku ability.
That's just innate ability, sir. Not possession.
But if we're going to take on Kismet, while the sword will ultimately be her bane, there's one issue that we still have. She still controls fate.
Well, isn't that the point of killing her?
Yeah, but if she has control over fate,
She won't let us
the
kill her.
sword won't be able to touch her.
Oh. So what do we do?
We have to find the answer.
Oh, of course.
Or find fate.
At the proclamation of that line, there is a wonderful, my favorite thing, bright flash of white light. And
Aren't we in, like, multiple places in this plane?
You're in a small plane.
and
Luckily,
Now-
autopilot won't shut off this time.
yeah, exactly. Now, standing there in the plane is someone I hope most of you all recognize. It is the same woman from the penthouse apartment back in Philadelphia back in 2008.
Oh! Oh, hi!
Hello again.
It's been a while. Well, maybe for you.
As she looks around, she sort of acknowledges Lutra, Malkir, and Anton, and then just sort of gives a side-eyed smirk at Phantasm with a gentle nod. Perception checks to notice that.
Just him or all of us?
No, you three. Wait, hold on. Dark didn't have the worst roll?
Dark actually had a really, really good roll.
Yeah, so Anton doesn't notice crap, but
Shocking.
Lutra and Malkir both notice the little sort of like wink and a nod. Like it's extremely subtle, just a little like the little acknowledgement thing.
Okay, kind of just looks over at Phantasm and goes, "You should ask for her phone number."
I do not have a phone number, and if I
Thanks,
do,
Anton. I know how to summon her anytime I want, though.
it doesn't quite work that way. However, every now and then you have to take the appropriate entrances when you get them.
So what's up?
Well, from what I understand, this plane.
Yeah, it's really, really high. Actually. And it may still be. I actually don't even know.
Just hope the autopilot's still working because no one's watching it.
Well, the AI said it was, and at this point, if we haven't crashed in the Earth yet, I'd say we have at least 5 minutes.
Do you think that I would bring myself onto something that was going to crash?
Yeah, I'm assuming you could take yourself off before it crashes.
True, but that would give me a limited amount of time.
Fair.
Well, since you're here, how can we be of service?
You seem to be at a crossroads.
No, we're in a plane.
Metaphorically speaking,
That's such a
you're
bitch
at a
line.
crossroads.
When Anton says that, Phantasm looks absolutely dumbfounded. He looks over at Anton, looks at Lutra, and wonders why that didn't come out of Lutra's mouth.
Lucha, on the other hand, is nodding like, yeah, that's a really good question.
As I said the first time we met, my job is to guide people towards the path they're supposed to take.
Oh, so we were supposed to take this path that led us 15 years in the future?
If that is where you ended up, then that would be the answer, wouldn't it? Although there are even some things that even I cannot control and foresee. Some things that are outside of fate.
Oh, like Phantasm here?
Like who?
Phantasm?
Maybe, maybe not. Again, it is not my business to give direct answers.
Oh, trust me, nobody's in that business.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
However, what I will say is that if you're looking for a path to go to find what you need, might I suggest looking at places that might be familiar to the person in question. Reliving old milestones is always a good place to start.
Who's the person in question?
Merlin.
Oh. Okay.
It's his memories we have to kind of help with.
Okay. So what does that tell us? He looks over it because you're the only one with his memories, so you're the only one you're the only one who's gonna know anything about where we're supposed to go. Then.
Might, again, I'm not in the business of being direct.
Yep, we got that one.
However, if I were to be direct, I might suggest finding Killerouse's ring.
Hularussus?
Killerous.
Oh. Who's that?
Now that is something you'll have to figure out for yourself.
Oh. Okay. Lucha immediately turns, looks at Phantasm. So who is that person?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Just kind of shrugs like, okay, well, I guess that's something to find out.
Well, if we're looking at Merlin's memories, the best place to start would be London, England.
It's as good as place to any. Will you be taking the low way or the highway?
I mean, life is a highway.
I want to ride it. all night long. You're going my way.
Lutra.
Oh, sorry.
I'd assume we just fly the jet there. But, if anyone's got any other ideas.
Oh, I have plenty of ideas.
Are we going to like these ideas?
Oh, there are none that I can communicate directly.
Of course not.
Okay, then.
But I've been as direct as I can be.
Well, you're... Thank you.
Good luck with your quest. May fate guide your way.
That's kind of a scary thought.
I was gonna say, aren't we trying to fight fate, actually?
You're trying to fight the fate Kismet has brought upon.
Oh, fair enough.
May the real fate guide your way.
Okay, I'll live with that one.
Yeah, that's better. That makes me feel not as bad and hopeless. And full of despair. Actually, I feel kind of sad and hopeless and full of despair right now.
Okay, Lutra.
I'm sorry. Lutra hugs Anton.
Okay, Lutra. Let go.
Sorry. He doesn't actually let go.
Anton looks like Phantasm. Can you help me out here?
Just a note. Be careful where you look, because there are certain things that need to remain where they are, and certain things that shouldn't be where they are. Bringing that to light might have dire consequences.
Lutra, don't touch anything.
I'm not touching anything! As he's still hugging you tightly. It's not like you have a suit that has random buttons on it that I can hit anymore.
Thank goodness. I'd be dead by now.
Hey, I'm the one who helped you find that flashlight.
Would you like his suit to have random buttons you can push?
I mean, I would love that, actually.
There are suddenly random buttons
Ooh!
on the suit, but they're literally just what appear to be images of buttons that are just like would be sewn on, like buttons you'd get on a shirt.
Oh.
That was my nice dress, really? That was my favorite shirt. Come on.
Not quite the buttons I was expecting.
Are you going to push one?
He does.
Hearing that kind of like wakes Phantasm out of his trance that he's kind of in, just like meditating on everything going on and trying to figure out where to go.
Oh, hey, look, Sleeping Beauty's back.
Oh, hi, Phantasm.
I think I know where we should possibly head.
Oh.
Sure, but first, can you peel the otter off of me?
Okay, fine. Lucha finally lets go.
As soon as Lutra lets go, the buttons disappear.
It's a shame, Anton. Lutra kind of matched the medallion.
So, Fant, what are we doing?
So what you're saying is I need to get a fur coat out of a Lutra?
Hey!
Valkyrie just tosses Anton a dagger.
It's good to see you.
This'll hurt just a little.
Oh, no, you're not!
But I bet it'll grow back.
Okay, guys.
I suggest
Pretty
you
sure.
start with the tail.
Like,
There's
Lucha and Anton just start, like sparring, fake sparring right there.
okay. Well, if no one cares, I'll just go there myself.
Where are we going?
There's one place that likely has a lot of relevance to Merlin. And that would be the English town of Northumberland.
Darn, I guess wrong.
Sounds as good as any town to me.
Valkyrie just shrugs and looks down at his newspaper.
The 3 in the right corner.
It's not a Sudoku, you moron.
Are you
This
sure?
one's the crossword puzzle.
Oh, you're doing the crossword this week. I see. Sudoku too hard.
Valkyrie just rolls up and smacks him this time.
Phantasm just walks out of the room, shaking his head, and walks up to the cockpit.
Oh, before you do that, Lucha runs ahead of you and flips off the radio that he had on.
By the way, in the whole span of this, Vyasta has just disappeared.
I mean, I kind of figured.
Phantasm sits down at the cockpit and just hits a few buttons, and it's sort of just still meditating on everything.
So, where's this town exactly?
Northumberland is in England.
Right. Okay. So, what are we looking for there? Like his home or something?
Well, it's kind of hard to say because Northumberland is a county in England that was once a land, and the king there, according to lore, had daughter Vivian, and some stories have her as Merlin's lover. And she, depending on the myths and the lore that you read, is the one who actually brought about his death.
Merlin's death?
Correct.
Oh. So what do you think she meant about the stuff about not certain stuff not coming to light? Think that has to do anything with that?
I'm not sure, and I can't say this is definitely the place where we'll find the answer, but it's good a starting place as any, so maybe the castle there might have some answers.
There's a castle there?
There's a castle everywhere in England.
Oh, okay.
You hear the AI pop up. Absolutely. The common tour guide expression about England is to know your ABCs.
Huh?
Another bloody castle.
Oh. Why would a castle be bloody?
You don't want to ask that question, Lutra.
Oh, okay.
Valkyrie's about to pull up the clip of the Red Wedding from Game of Thrones.
So...
As you pull this up, it's the edited version with it's a nice day for a white wedding.
So,
there, Malkier
Too
contributing
soon.
to the musical episode.
there you go. So,
Too soon.
right. So, do you know, like, what we're looking for? Like, what of Merlin's we need to find? Or we're just going to kind of go and find it, see it, we'll know it when we'll see it kind of a thing?
Yeah, I really don't know. I'm just following what little I know.
That's fine. I do have one question, though. It's kind of been bugging me for quite some time now, and I really was kind of curious about this. Should we really be following voices in our heads? I mean, I kind of did that once, and it was really, really, really bad. Do we even know if we're doing the right thing?
If we don't, then what's the answer?
Lucia kind of like thinks like he looks like he's thinking about that way too hard because he just remained silent for quite some time.
Phantasm looks over and continues. Merlin wasn't just a voice in my head. I talked to him.
I mean, I talked to her too.
Do you trust Vyasna?
I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know. I don't know much about any of this. Like,
Do you trust Kismet?
well, of course not. That doesn't mean I trust her. That doesn't mean I feel like it's not like I don't trust her, so I trust her. Or whatever. Anyway, I don't even know. But
We need to stop Kismet. This is
right.
the only lead we have.
I guess you're right. Just makes me nervous, you know? I almost lost myself with all that stuff. Heck, all that almost made me do something I would have regretted for the rest of my life, I think.
Well, then I guess you... I know this isn't easy, but you just have to trust me.
Oh, I do. I'm just hoping that you can trust what's inside you. Or not inside, whatever.
Could you guess who may be the other one who is rumored to be the source of Merlin's death in the lore?
No. No, I can't.
The Lady of the Lake.
Which kind of looks up and says, wait. Really?
Yes. So Merlin has just as much reason to want to destroy Kismet as us.
See. Alright. After seeing King Arthur take over Anton's body, you know, it's been making me feel very worried lately.
Yeah, I feel pretty safe in assuming that's not going to happen. My powers are enhanced around Merlin, but I don't think he's going to possess my body.
Oh, good. Okay. Kind of pats you on the shoulder, smiles, then thank you. Then he heads out.
So Phantasm just keeps kind of piloting the plane.
You hear the AI now arriving. Northumberland, England, home of Alnwick Castle.
What castle did he say it was? Oh.
So yeah, y'all have arrived.
Okay, kind of just looks over at Phantasm and asks what exactly we're supposed to be looking for here.
Anything? Answers?
Should we do our perception checks if we see anything out of the norm?
I think we have to get to the castle first, don't we? Are we going to the castle? I don't even know.
Say, tell me where you're going. I'll tell you what you're doing.
Well, we heard castle. Let's go to the castle. Castle sounds great. I want to go to a castle anyway.
Okay, have a castle. Have a castle.
What's the castle I was expecting?
Would you prefer the castle on a hill?
No.
Melchior just kind of shrugs and falls behind Lucha.
Lucha kind of pat. So if we're going towards this castle, Lucha's just going to walk towards it.
It's a huge castle. There are gardens. Yes. So, what I will need is descriptions of what y'all are doing when you come up to the castle area.
So when Lucha walks up towards the castle, wide eyes, like, oh, wow! That's about it.
Melchior would be very unguarded as he usually is, and just kind of.
It's definitely. It's England, so it's a tourist area. There's definitely a whole bunch of people exploring, looking around, just oohing and eyeing at the architecture.
Wait,
which
okay,
put Melchior very on edge.
Right, hold on, let's back up a second. I didn't realize this is like a major tourist place where actual people are going. Is it a good idea for Lucha to actually group chat here? Not you, Teach. Is it a good idea for Lucha to even be like not in human form out here?
This time, for him, isn't Lucha pretty much accepted as the otter?
But remember, like, Kismet did a whole bunch of random stuff or whatever, at least I thought she did, to try to wipe us all from existence. I don't even know if that actually happened. I think Lucha would actually activate his belt.
That's not a decision I can make.
No, I'm telling you, that's a decision I'm making. That's what he's going to do. If we're going into a crowded public area, I wasn't aware that that was going to be that. So for the first time in a while, you guys see human Lucha.
Oh.
It's kind of been a while since I've used this thing. It actually... Okay, well, I was going to say it feels weird, but it doesn't really, because it doesn't actually feel any different, but... I know it's working, so it's just kind of odd.
You definitely get some looks because you have a hothead with an armory. But...
Malkier kind of does attract all the attention in the world.
Well, both
my giant sword doesn't really help either.
And Nora, give me a quartile. 1 to 5, 6 to 10.
6 to 10.
Okay. You're okay for now.
Yeah, I think the townsfolk should be a little on edge at a 6'4", rough-looking guy with a long cylinder on his back.
Well, not as much for you as you would think, because you still have. There are still the pictures of you from water skiing, so you're at least somewhat recognizable. They are definitely on edge, but it's not. I'm going to go call the police on edge. It's a. I really hope I don't make him mad.
Oh wait, so that actually did happen 15 years ago?
Well, I'm giving you that information as the GM. Your characters don't.
Right. Fair enough.
But what I will say is, surprisingly, looking around, England looks very much untouched. Like, it doesn't look like anything different has happened in England. It looks like it looked 15 years ago. But If you want the quick cursory look around, it'll be perception checks. If you're going to take the hour to look around, it'll be investigation checks.
Around the castle?
The castle, the grounds, whatever you want to do.
Big castle.
I think we should do the investigation. It doesn't really seem like we're in a time crunch at the moment.
No. Is it one of those things where you normally kind of do the perception first and then the investigation?
You can do it however you would like.
I'm going to do perception first.
Same.
Oh, Phanton sees nothing.
So I'm going to focus more
Phanton.
Yes, I just portmanteaued you, Phanton.
So Lutra's going to focus more on the, I don't know, if there's like a courtyard or something in this game. I don't know what this guy's like.
What Lutra finds, because it's Lutra's looking around and finds a plaque on the castle saying, commemorating the filming of the 1979 film Unidentified Flying Oddball, which was filmed at Elwick Castle. It basically gives you the whole description, but basically the British title is The Spaceman and King Arthur. And it basically is a description, but what you need to know, the bullet points is, it was a really, really crazy Disney adaptation of a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's court.
Okay.
That's the placard that Lutra finds.
Hey guys, found this placard thing. I don't know what any of this means, though.
Looking around, what Malk here finds is this very, very worn drawing. It's very hard to picture what it is. It looks like a child's drawing of like what appears to be somebody with a crown and a sword. And the only thing you can pick out, because this is like on the back side of the castle, far tower part where like nobody ever goes because it's like through some swampland. You notice that, and the only thing that you can pick out is the phrase "the last of the Romans."
Phantasm sort of concentrating on the medallion, hoping that being here would sort of trigger Merlin's memories.
Just being here is not doing anything to. All right, so I've got Lutra investigating. Anybody else doing anything before I give descriptions?
Without a horribly perception my way through, sure, I'll start investigating.
Yeah, I guess I'm with as well.
No, Anton's just looking around. Also, Nora, give me another quartile set.
1 to 5.
Okay, we're good.
Someone get me a Wikipedia page. At least I'll be able to be useful. My investigation's literally like a 1, so I wasn't expecting.
Hey, mine was a 4. Yeah.
My perception's an 8. I was expecting that to go a little better.
Just a little, just ever so slightly. So Phantasm's sort of focusing on the medallion. Anton, his entire investigation has led him to rereading the placard about the Spaceman and King Arthur over and over again. because the Arthur part of him is very intrigued by this spaceman adaptation of himself. Malkir, as much as he's trying to sort of get in and investigate a little bit deeper, nobody really wants to let him into the castle to look because of all the weapons, and nobody's sort of willing to part with information because of all the weapons, so he's kind of just be stonewalled. Lutra,
can I use intimidation?
You could. You definitely could, but let me finish over here first, because you might not need to. I mean, if you want to, I'm not going to stop you.
Well, finish up first, and I'll decide.
Lutra, being in human form and being completely unassuming, you managed to be able to, walk around a little bit, and the big thing that you find, or that intrigues you, is, you're looking around, and they've turned this into a tourist location. So, like most tourist locations, they have, different concessions and all that. And the one that catches your eye most out of everything, because it doesn't fit in with anything else, is the fact that there's one little cart section of the vendors that's completely dedicated to selling ambrosia. Which, make an insight check. Even though you're cooking and all that, expertise cooking would have also applied here if it's higher. If you want to use that,
it's not.
Okay. So even with that, with your sort of your cooking knowledge, ambrosia is not something that you're usually going to see a lot in England. Especially, you definitely wouldn't see it at a castle. So there has to be a reason why. You're not entirely sure why, but that's what you've spent the time, and this is what you've been attracted to. You found this, and there's just something about it that's bothering you, that this shouldn't be here. There has to be a reason why. You're just not quite sure why.
So, to investigate properly, of course, first thing Lucia does is go over and buy one.
Okay. It is your typical ambrosia salad. It's got coconut, pineapple, and oranges.
Thank you. So Lucia comes back to the party as he's eating. Hey guys, I got a question.
First, what are you eating?
Oh, ambrosia.
Ambrosia?
Yeah, it's like a salad.
With the mention of the word ambrosia, the medallion flickers.
Which one?
Mine.
The medallion of freedom.
Fair.
It looks good.
It is, actually. But my big question is, when did they start making this in England? Especially in castles. This probably shouldn't be here.
I don't think ambrosia salad was ever a castle food, so you're right, but kind of interesting.
It's really popular over there. They got a few stands for this thing over in that direction. A lot of them. More so than you'd expect. But it's really good, so maybe that's just a vendor. A very weird vendor. Maybe they just brought in something from other culture. I don't know. Just saying, it's a little weird.
Anton.
Yeah.
Check your sword.
Right here.
Haul it up to the GM if he notices anything.
Well, if he notices what?
Is
With
it
the
doing
sword.
anything?
Nothing's
The sword would have
happening.
reacted too.
The sword definitely would have reacted. I'll have to take a perception check, because you were actively focusing on the medallion. He was not actively focusing on the sword. You do notice a little gleam from the sword as well.
All right. Okay, what's going on?
As this is going on here, what is Malkir doing?
Malkir is still trying to figure out what's going on with the placard that he saw.
All right. Well, like I said, no one's being extremely forthcoming with information. So, if you would like to try other means, you certainly can.
Okay, I will do our first ever intimidation roll, I believe.
Boo.
Okay. I will type to you what you are getting for that. As you come across, like you sort of, like the tour guide thing, and you sort of just give him the, not even like a I'm a wreck. You sort of give him like the stare,
the side eye,
and he just like starts. Yeah, I'll type up what you're going to get as right, back to Lutra and his delicious fruit salad.
Mm.
So, the oddity of that.
Why do you have that here, Lutra?
I bought it.
Really?
Yeah.
And
That's like an American dish, not an English dish.
That's what I was saying. It's kind of weird that it's here. It's really good, though.
the thing is, with the reaction that I've seen, and Phantasm like closes his eyes. Anton, watch your sword.
Okay.
Lutra, watch my medallion.
Okay.
Anton's focusing on the sword.
Ambrosius, Aurelianus.
With that, you are getting definite flashes of lots and lots of memories. And the name definitely pops into your head. It's definitely something that Merlin definitely remembers now. Arthur the same way. The name itself, you remember the name, it's familiar, but you're not entirely sure why it's pertinent.
Phantasm pulls out his phone.
Google.
No, not Google. It's called a hub.
You don't get a response.
I was calling hub to verify, but if memory serves me correctly,
as this is going on, you see a somewhat smugly happy, satisfied Malkir strutting back, and almost it looks like the cat that got the canary.
Oh, hey, Malkir.
Who'd you maim?
I didn't maim anyone. I just had a little chat with someone and got the information I required from him.
Oh! Alright, what'd you find out? Wait, who did you find it from?
Make a perception check.
Who, all of it?
Well, you're asking the question, so make the perception check. Off in the direction that Malkir came from, you see this poor, probably like 20-something-year-old kid who you're not entirely sure what happened, but he's appears to be scared out of his mind, and you're fairly certain he has messed his britches.
Richard does this thing where he kind of like tilts his head to look around. Melchior sees this, kind of looks back at him like, "What'd you do?"
Let's just say. Anyway, so Melchior just kind of grins.
Okay.
Okay, can I tell us why you're grinning?
Well, we're looking for apparently someone named Ambrosius. And that has to do with this was part of the ancient Roman Empire. And apparently he is a relative of Uther Pendragon.
With the mention of his father, we no longer have Anton, we have Arthur. At the mention of his father's name. So, yeah, you're kind of a little mad there, Anton Arthur.
Pendragon. What did he say?
Oh, hi, King Arthur.
Hello, Lutra.
They just mentioned this castle used to be their home.
So, Lutra gets ambrosia salad, and you get the exact name that we pulled from Lutra getting ambrosia salad.
What is this ambrosia salad?
Lucha holds up a second ambrosia that he also bought. Here.
Malcolm just reaches out and takes himself.
Bring me some of this.
Okay. Lucha leaves and goes get buy some of those.
So at this point, Phantasm's going over the entire conversation back on the plane again. And all of a sudden, anyone who's even slightly looking in his direction sees Phantasm do this.
Yes, Phantasm.
Glorious.
What is?
Oh, so you say this as your entire...
Can't hear you. You cut off.
This is he's saying this as all three of you are currently mowing down on salad.
Right. Yep. Oh, and when Lucha comes back, he's holding this card in his hand like, they gave me this card for frequent shopping. It's kind of cool, actually. If I buy like 2 more, I get 1 free. I gotta come back here sometime. So,
This isn't bad.
When we were told the Ring of Colaris, for some reason I was thinking an actual ring.
so what
But
else?
it makes
is it?
sense now.
Oh, okay.
Because the Ring of Colaris isn't an actual, well, it's not a ring as we would normally think a ring. Ambrosius was buried at Colaris.
Oh,
The Ring of Colaris is none other than Stonehenge. It's the burial site for Ambrosius.
One moment, I have to go back and finish looking at what Anton was looking at. And Arthur goes back to the sign. He's just reading about the movie.
And next week on Bay City Chronicles, King Arthur watches Disney movie.
out of game. When we first thought we were thinking about where to go, I almost randomly shouted out Stonehenge.
I did give you the hint for Stonehenge. I just used the Irish name.
Oh, that wasn't why.
You would have been correct. I was saying I just told you the Irish name. Like I said, she can't be direct. But it takes Arthur about 15 minutes to read and reread and pan the drawings of himself.
This guy looks like nothing like me.
Lucha offers Phantasm ambrosia salad.
No, thank you, Lucha.
Okay.
I'll have another.
Lucha hands that one to King Arthur. Anton Arthur.
It's delicious. We never had anything like this. All we had were swallow.
Oh, yeah?
So it takes about another 15 minutes for the party to get their fill of the ambrosia salad.
It's good stuff.
As we go to leave, is the little brat that was intimidating still in the area?
You can't see him, but go ahead and give me a perception check. You managed to find him.
So right before we leave, I'm going to conjure a small fireball and just throw it at the back of his pants.
Oh. Give me a quartile.
Go 11 to 15.
Okay. Yeah. The pants definitely seem to... He puts it up, but there's definitely a big char mark now on the backside of his pants. And you just... And actually, no one has super hearing, so nobody hears the... I knew I should have called in sick today. But in a much campier British accent than I can do.
Should have gone on holiday.
Yeah, that.
So as we're walking out, she looks at King Arthur and says, "So, what is the average speed of a swallow anyway?"
You set yourself up for it, now you better go with it.
Why, European or African?
Well, European. I mean, we are in Europe, after all.
What's it matter to you, Lutra?
I'm just curious. I heard someone else ask once. I never got to answer the question.
Just get on the plane.
Okay. In fact, that person got thrown off a bridge, actually.
Ooh, this sounds fun. Where is this bridge?
Not really sure. It was in a movie.
The movie?
A movie, yeah.
Like the plaque was talking about?
Something like that, yeah.
Arthur goes into the plane and pulls up, or first, what is the name of the movie, Luke?
Well, I don't really know too much because, it's one of those where I watch it like in a video store as I was hiding from the police.
Wait.
What?
Why were you hiding from the police in a video store, Lutra?
Well, because they let me stay there. I kept buying popcorn and stuff.
No,
Yeah, I
was this
just
a
don't
movie
want to know
theater or like
anymore.
was this like a movie theater, like a Blockbuster video?
Like a video rental store. Yeah, they play movies on the screen, on the TVs all around and whatnot. And I would just kind of hang out in there and watch one. I could buy popcorn and candy, and they just kind of let me sit there. Wait, it had something to do with a Holy Grail or something. I don't know. And some kind of snake.
The Holy Grail.
Yeah.
I must see this movie.
Yeah, it was some kind of a snake in the Holy Grail. I think it was like a python or something. So
Phantasm only kind of hears that and shakes his head.
I'll find this movie. I must watch it. It'll tell me where the Holy Grail is.
No.
I don't think they found it yet.
Also, as you guys are talking about this on the plane, the AI starts playing "We're Knights of the Round Table."
So kings really aren't elected, huh?
Well, I mean, no, not really.
Oh, okay.
You're either born a king or you kill a king.
Oh.
Well, let's go to Stonehenge. Or whatever, y'all.
What is...
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, so what's Stonehenge?
As we're walking through the plane, Malkir is going to grab a European newspaper here in the way to look for new puzzles.
I don't think the European version of Stoke is any different than normal.
Malkir rolls it up and smacks Lucha again.
Ow! Hey!
Bad at her.
Just make sure you use the correct spelling.
Malkir looks over at Anton and asks if he wants one too.
Wants a newspaper? Sure, yeah, I'll take one.
In the cockpit, you just hear, "Are you flying or am I?"
Hey, you can do it.
Let's let
Where
the
are we
auto
going?
fly.
Stonehenge.
Sounds good. We'll be there shortly.
Wait, so how far away is Stonehenge anyway?
Not far.
Well, it's definitely far if you're driving. It's 6.5 hours if you're driving. Which means at this plane, it's probably like 20 minutes.
25 if you hit a swallow.
Yeah, it's about 350 miles away. But, because I have buttons to do this...
Ooh, buttons.
I like pushing buttons.
Buttons!
Oh, that's a nice shot.
Yeah. Yes, I saw them like, I have to use that picture. And that's about the time you arrive at Stonehenge, is sunset.
Ooh, it looks pretty.
Think, Lutra, they built all this without any of the tools we have today.
Oh! They probably use like magic or something, right?
According to some legends.
But yeah, the plane lands and does the whole now arriving Stonehenge.
Now, the problem we have here is that Stonehenge is a tour site, meaning they have tours, meaning that with these tours, you can actually not approach any closer than 10 yards to the actual stones.
Hey,
I'm not too concerned about that.
Also, as you land, you'll notice that literally Stonehenge is right off of the highway. And I'm not even joking, if you've ever been to England, Stonehenge is literally off the highway.
As every good ancient monument should be. Easy access.
So, as creepy as this may sound, we should probably do this at night.
You wait till nightfall.
alright, yeah. It's not that long, anyway. Lucha kind of just relaxes, sprawls out on some of the seats, or just one of the seats, and just kind of like lays down. He looks like a tired hunter.
Phantasm sort of whispers to himself, I hope I don't have to do any incantations here.
It takes, another 45 minutes or so for everything to go down. Yeah, the tourist attraction definitely closes for the day.
Pesky tourist.
I mean, don't be mad at the tourists. They're just here to look at it. I don't know.
So yeah, it's definitely clear to attempt to go over there and take a look.
So, they're just gonna pad, or get off the plane or whatnot, and just kind of pad in that direction.
How is he padding over there?
Walking.
What form?
Oh, he's in otter form, because
Okay.
took the belt off, he doesn't care anymore. It's nighttime for one, two, he doesn't really care anymore.
Okay. If there's anyone paying attention, an animal wandering around Stonehenge is not something they care about.
Well, 5 foot tall animal, they might, but, So yeah, Lucha's just walking around.
Anybody else?
Anton's gonna walk just straight up to Stonehenge. Doesn't care about the signs.
Yeah, Phantasm, it's no issue either.
You want me to leave the meat out or? Okay.
So, for those of you with memories of Mr. Ambrosia, what y'all looking for?
Well, Anton's just looking. He doesn't really know what he's looking for. Just
So am I.
stumbling around.
Lucha's just looking around.
Yeah,
Phantasm walks over to the altar.
Lutra's looking around will also bring him up to the same thing. The altar itself has an inscription talking about the. It doesn't directly say Ambrosius by name, but the inscription here is a gentleman who, perhaps alone of the Romans, had survived the shock of this notable storm. Certainly his parents, who had worn the purple, were slain in it. His descendants in our day have become greatly inferior to their grandfather's excellence. Under him, our people regained their strength and challenged the victors to battle. The Lord assented, and the battle went their way.
Well, that makes no bloody sense. Oh, I mean, sorry. Picked up language from English.
Both Arthur and Merlin will definitely recognize that as a description of Ambrosius Aurelianus.
Okay, so we're here. What are we supposed to do now?
Just kind of sitting there looking around, trying to see if
Arthur,
he sees anything out of place.
Yeah, at this point, gets a spark of knowledge. Nora?
So yes, this sword that I have is very powerful. But the strongest part is the scabbard. It can prevent death. Especially in the case of bleeding out. No clue what that means here, but that's useful.
Y'all can make insight checks if you'd like.
Yeah, Malkir is off counting spaces on the floor or something.
Well, Lutra is the only one who's going to get this.
Which just, makes no sense, but okay.
Well, it might, because if there is an object that can prevent somebody's death, it could be considered that that object alters their fate.
So, Lucha has to ponder this for a little bit, because it takes him a little while. Looks back at Anton Arthur and says, "What was that about preventing death?"
It prevented death.
What did?
It not. The scabbard.
Okay, what exactly is the scabbard? Lucha has no idea.
Anton points directly to it on the sword.
Oh, okay. So, if that can save someone's life, that can change someone's fate, right?
Yes.
Lucha looks over at Phantasm. Hey, you might know how to plug that together more than I did. I can.
I mean, that's a good theory, but how does that help us yet?
I don't know. Kind of just thinking off the top of my head, I guess.
No, I understand where you're coming from, but what do we do with the scabbard?
Anyone with expertise magic can make a check, and Phantasm can make an insight check.
Unless my medallion actually has anything to do with that. Which actually it might.
Hey, look, finally, a good roll.
There you go. The Technod's allies. No, the only thing I've got is like the Tech Arcane Anomalies. I don't think that's the same thing.
It is not right now.
No. So no, I don't have anything to imagine.
So, what Phantasm notices, and unfortunately Anton is Phantasm comes to ritual magic needs powerful focuses. And if you're trying to stop someone from doing something, a focus that can match what you're attempting to do is a great way to do that. So if you have something that has the capability of altering fate in a way that protects the people it's supposed to do that to, in theory, it can be used as a ritual focus to potentially stop somebody with messing with fate.
So, back in the lore of Merlin and bringing the stones here to Stonehenge and all that, this is known as the Healing Circle. Much like the scabbard, people who would be brought here would be part of a ritual to heal them, which would require intense magic. My only question then is, how do we harbor that magic to be able to alter fate?
And that is a fantastic spot for my favorite thing to do, which is a clip. So with that, thank you all very much for watching tonight. Tune in. We are on next week, right? It's the week. But anyway, tune in next week for the Book of Fate Chapter 7. I don't actually have the title yet, so I can't give you that. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And as always, keep hailing.